Pad Paramhams Pariviraj Stotra Shri Srimad Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya BBT Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Savior of the whole world Patit Pavan Srila Prabhupada Ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai Shri Shri Gaurnitai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru Gauranga and Srila Prabhupada. Harinam Sankirtan Mahayagna Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah, all devotees can come and sit, please. And devotees can come a little bit to the front. There's no place for devotees behind. Can come a little bit in the front. Little, you keep moving ahead. Yeah. If you move ahead, other devotees can sit. They are standing behind. Yeah. So, Hare Krishna. Today we have the good fortune of hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam. Why the volume is coming? Haribol? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Is it good? Not good. Not good. Haribol, Shivaji Prabhu, what happens?
Hare Krishna, you can try this.
Hare Krishna. Today we have with us His Grace Varada Krishna Prabhu, a very senior devotee in ISKCON. He came to Krishna consciousness in 1990. He was a student of Mysore University. He did his BTech. Then MBA he did in Trichy. Later on he worked in IT industry in India and abroad for about 7 years. And then he dedicated his life to ISKCON temple. So he was in Rajajinagar temple at one time. And he always had complete allegiance and loyalty to his spiritual master, His Holiness Jayapadaka Swami Maharaj. At one point of time when he saw the temple going in a certain direction, he left the temple and came to ISKCON. In fact, he was a very active member of the legal team in getting the Rajajinagar temple back to ISKCON. He is. Yeah, it has not yet come back, but he's working on that still. And then he was sent to Calcutta to be acting as a vice president of Calcutta. And then from there, he was invited to, when he was vice president in Calcutta, I was fortunate to meet him at that time when I was going to IIT Kharagpur for preaching. I would regularly come to Calcutta. So there I got to hear many of his classes and I was deeply touched. I also asked him, where can I get your lectures, recordings I can hear? He said, I don't have any system of recording and keeping and all. He said, but he's a very, very special Vaishnava. You will see that today when he speaks his lecture. He's very, very deeply situated devotee. He is very fond of Ramayana. So currently he is reading this Vidwan Gauranga Prabhu's translation of 20-volume Ramayana is coming out. Prabhuji is deeply read in all that. Regularly, before that he was reading this Gorakhpur Press, big volume also. Wherever he travels, he'll carry Ramayana. You saw how beautiful the dress outfits are. So he pays personal attention to deity department also, festival department. And he has started one Gaurangavani sector, which is an online preaching sector where thousands of people are involved in becoming students there. From that he has pulled out some 200-300 teachers. He's training the teachers separately, engaging them in preaching to new people. So it's becoming more and more active group, Gaurangavani sector. He also takes care of many of the satellite centers here, like there is one Shad Nagar, there is one Dulpeta, there is one Rampalli, which is near Pocharam. So these are all places which he is taking apart from the temple. So he also is the president of the SNGM temple in Bangalore, Sri Narasimha Giridhari Mandir. So you can go and see such a beautiful temple he has made there. Ground floor you will find a big deity of Lord Narasimha. And upstairs you will find Sri Sri Gandharvika Giridhari. Recently I went to Harichetra Prabhu's place. Harichetra Prabhu was actually brought and trained by him in his ashram. Later on Harichetra Prabhu sent him to expand from the SNGM to Bhakti Center. And then he has expanded many Bhakti centers there in Bangalore. So he was telling me he has become attached to Gandharvika Giridhari. So he told all the people, let us keep photo of Gandharvika Giridhari and bring Gaur Nitai. But his spiritual master told him that you have to bring both Radha Krishna and Gaurata in the new temple he is going to make. So it's a very, very beautifully decorated deity, Gandharva Giridhari, there also. So Prabhu is especially fond of cows very much. So when I went in those days to SNGM, so I got the smell of the gobar. And then I saw Prabhuji's room, president's room. Just behind it there were 5-6 cows in those days. Prabhu said, I like to live with the cows. So now recently I went, he said, how many cows now? About 50 cows now. 5 have become 50 now. And it's all in the city. Can you imagine in Bangalore city how it's very challenging to keep the cows in the city. Many people protest and all. Prabhuji has got permission. He knows legally how to tackle things very nicely. Now, getting the land for ISKCON, getting into the nitty-gritties, he's especially expert in that. I used to think that he's the LLM, I was thinking. But he's an MBA. Still he has that knowledge of that. He's very, very close to Revati Raman Prabhu. He is very close to Dayaram Prabhu and many such leaders. He's one of the leaders who is constantly thinking about ISKCON and ISKCON's future. But one amazing quality of him is, once he was telling in our meeting, I just have some 40, 50